Hi, I'm Michelle Feynman and I'm the Director of the Lake County Board of Election and Registration. And in this video series, we're going to be talking about the procedures for what counters will do. You guys are one of the most important aspects of this election as you are verifying all the absentee ballots that were cast prior to Election Day. So first of all, thank you for serving with us. Some of the envelopes will look a little different this year. So some of the things you're going to see, the number of envelopes in each one of your kits. The number 6 envelope is for rejected ballots. Now this will also contain pieces of paper if the board were to keep anything for a signature discrepancy. The number 7 envelope is for counted ballots and other envelopes. The number 10 envelope, this is new this year, of the look of it. Now it'll say total number on the report. So when you receive your certification, there will be a number written up at the top. That will be the beginning number on your envelope where it says number on report. Whatever number is there encircled will be the same number for total on report. If we were to reject any ballots, it would be listed here. That would again would be corresponding with what was in number 2 envelope. Total to be scanned will be what is left over. The second report will be for ballots that were come in the mail on Election Day. Down at the bottom, there will be spots for initialing of the counters and then initialing of the scanners once they have read the cards in. At each station, there will be a set of instructions for how to count a ballot. About checking in at the clerk's table at the ballot room. About opening them up and making sure that every name that is on your list of certification you have a ballot for. To ensure then that the signatures match and the steps that follow after it. It will also discuss if there is a reject problem, how to take it to a board member. Keep in mind that only board members can reject a ballot.
Well, good morning and welcome, counters.
Good morning, I'm
My
Toya.
name is Miss Stanton. I want the Democrats here and the Republicans here. You're going to sign in.
She's Republican. I need you to sign in here.
Okay.
You need a partner. This is your number 15. There's your Democrat number.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Did you need me to print my name too?
No.
Okay.
And this is your number. Your number is number 32.
Okay.
And you will be working with
You will be
15.
partnered with
Number 15.
15.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Michaela is a student, so she get the yellow lantern, which she can work as a Democrat or Republican. Her number is number 99. Michaela, would you sign in? Your number is 99.
Thank you.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Okay, so this is going to be your bundle to do. You guys have WCT 6.
Okay.
So if I can have you ladies come around. And here's a pen. WCT 6 is right here, so if I can just have your badge number. So you're gonna write 15 and your initials, please. Okay, great. So now you're gonna take this bundle and go inside there to the tables and do your counting.
Both of us?
No, just one.
So once they've picked up the ballots, on the front of the certification sheet will say how many ballots they should have in their kit.
45.
45. So once they have compared numbers, now they will read off the names from the ballot to the certification sheet to ensure that they have every person's ballot.
Andres?
Ruth?
Yes. Bondi? Sue? Yes. Burring? Edward? Yes. Burring Patty? Yes. Okay. Bovey? Charles? No. No, okay, let me set this aside. Barbara Cunningham? Yes. DeLowen Kathy? Yes.
So once they've marked the entire page and they have everyone accounted for, then they will begin to open. In this case, they were missing one. For the one they were missing, they will take back to the ballot room for the staff to look up in the computer. There are instances sometimes where a voter may have passed away and no longer on the report because they are not with us anymore on election day. And at that time, the board would reject that ballot. But for right now, we will proceed on as if we are ready to count the ballots. So once all the names have matched on the sheets, we will now verify signatures from the application to the ballot. The next step in the process is verifying the signatures. You will look at the signature on the application and the signature on the ballot. In some instances, you may have another sheet of paper, whereas in this election, it was initially reviewed by a Democrat and Republican. If the signatures did not look good originally, we sent out a letter to the voter asking them for another signature to verify it was them. So you can review that signature. If it is there, you can choose to count it. If you choose that it still does not look good, you will take it to the board members. Once the signatures have been verified, you will now open the ballot envelope. In this case, no actual ballots are being opened early. This is just for a demo. These are sample ballots.
Sample.
So she will open the envelope, and it doesn't matter who opens it. One of you will choose to open. Once you open it, you are going to look at the secrecy envelope, make sure there's 2 sets of initials on it. On the ballot card, on the back side there should be a signature that says Michelle Feynman with 2 sets of initials. You will also go ahead and look at the number on the front of the card, should match the number on the front of your big manila envelope. And what that does is it tells us what the precinct number is. So you'll look at those items. If you were ever to look at the card and there was nothing colored in on it, but you have a list of candidates, you would take that to the board members so they can make up a card. If all is good though, and there's 2 sets of initials on it, the card will go into your little carrier. Everything else will go back inside the envelope to be retained for 22 months from the election. The one thing to look for though also, as we open up the secrecy envelope on the next one, as we open this, always take a look at the secrecy envelope also, which is the white envelope, the little white envelope. If you were ever to see writing on the inside, that potentially could be a write-in. If there were names written in on there, please take that to the board members so they can make a Xerox of it. Again, otherwise, the 2 sets of initials were on the card. She will pull the ballot out, put it into your little box. Everything else goes back into the envelope again to be retained for 22 months from the election. Once all the cards have been separated for the envelopes, you will then take the envelopes and place them in the appropriate envelope. The number 6 envelope is for rejected. The number 7 envelope is for counted. It is best to put your count and your initials on prior to putting the envelopes in the envelope to make it easier to write.
So this is 45 for us, because we counted 45, right?
Yes.
You will notice that the cards are kept separate from the envelopes now at this point in time. We never know how any individual has voted because they have been separated from all the applications that have their names associated with it. Again, privacy is of the utmost importance. Do not seal any of the envelopes at this point in time. On the number 10 envelope, which is the final envelope to fill out, it will ask you on the first line, how many ballots were on your report? In this case, we started with 45. The next line is say how many were rejected. In this case, 0 were rejected. 45 minus 0 equals 45 to be scanned. You will also each initial where it says ballot counters, and you will put your initials there, both the D and the R. Now, you will take all that paperwork to the tabulation center.
Look at this signature, that doesn't match. What do you think? You think that looks like somebody else wrote that? It's the right name. Nah, I don't think it matched. We'll have to take it to the board.
I think so. So in this scenario, the signature does not match. The counters cannot reject anything on their own. It must go through a board member. So they will put that off to the side, continuing through their batch to see if they have any other issues that will need to be taken to the board. On this one, the signature did match.
Yep, that one looks good. Yep, that looks good. Let's see. Oh, there's only one set of initials on here. Let me see. Okay.
So with
Where's the
only
other
one
stuff
set of
with it?
initials, that will also have to go to the board for them to make the determination on whether the ballot should count or not count. Other things that you might see is if you were ever able to see on the front of one of the manila envelopes and it says manual ID, you will also take that to the board members. In that case, we accidentally may have assigned the wrong precinct number on the ballot card and need to fix that so it is tabulated to the correct precinct. So at this point in time, we will assume that all the cards have been gone through, and they have two that potentially need to go to the board members. One counter will stay with the envelopes.
I'll stay with the envelopes.
Other counter will take it to the board members. The counter will present her findings to the board members. There's a problem.
Yes, the signatures doesn't match.
I agree. I don't think so. Do you think they match?
In this case, the board members agree that the signatures do not match. They will stamp provisional on the application, on the ballot, and then they will make a copy of the ballot envelope. They will give the counter back a copy of the envelope to be retained with their records. They will also stamp provisional on that. The new ruling is that we cannot reject ballots on signature alone without allowing the voter time to cure it. So by giving you the copy back, your records will still show your grand total.
Only one set of initials.
You're right. Only one side.
In this case, since there's only one set of initials on the back, the ballot card is rejected. The board members will stamp rejected on it and on the envelope, marking the reason why and initialing it, and then that will be given back to you to be put with your records. So upon returning to your fellow counter, the two that were taken to the board members will now go inside envelope number 6. The counting team will put a number 2 on the front of the envelope and initial it. On the number 7 envelope will now be 43 because we started with 45. Minus 2 is 43. 43 for counted. Again, your initials. The rest of the envelopes will now go inside there.
Well, let's not forget these.
On the front of number 10 envelope, again, we had 45 to start with. We have now put 2 in the number 6 envelope, so 45 minus the 2 equals 43 to be scanned.
Yep.
Both of you will initial off.
That looks good.
Again, collect all your materials, clipping the cards to be counted and the certification sheet to the front. And taking that to the tabulation center.
All right, here we go.
Well, I'll drop these off.
Oh, okay,
You
yeah.
go get the next one.
That's a good idea.
Back already.
We are. That one went pretty quick. Actually,
It wasn't so bad, was it?
no. Actually, we're having lots of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, you hungry for more?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I know we have so many ballots. It's
It is.
It's really out of control.
It is.
All right, well,
What are we on to now?
this is the next one.
Okay.
This is homework 24. So if I can just have your badge number,
What am I again? Oh, yeah.
okay, and your initials.
Okay.
Awesome. Here's your next precinct and
Wonderful.
back to
All
counting.
right, Toya, here I come.
So in conclusion, thank you once again for serving as our counters on this election day. Again, remember that if there is something to be rejected, only the board members can reject a ballot. If you have questions or concerns, our staff will all have maroon lanyards around our neck, as well as we will most likely all be in gray. So if you have questions, find a staff member and they will be happy to assist you. I hope this video has helped you and that we all treat every ballot the same.